Charging your phone in epic ways does not come without epic risks, like breaking your phone on a loop-de-loop.
It's broke.
Or even worse, losing it as it flies away in balloons.
Oh no.
All that just for a 90-second video. Would have made it longer, but that basically sums up all the amazing stuff we did over the past few months. The rest, well, you're about to see. Not enough force and the phone wouldn't go around the loop, but too much had catastrophic results. Somehow it didn't break, until a few minutes later, that is. Which begs the question, how many phones are we going to break in this video?
That's Tommy's phone.
You're also probably wondering, who in their right mind would make a video like this in the first place?
Here at That's Amazing, we apply our state-of-the-art engineering skills to take the simplest of tasks and transform them into overly complicated feats of excellence.
Years of charging our phone in under a second had us asking.
There has to be a harder way.
And now there is. Unnecessary? Check. Dangerous? Check. Are we satisfied? Never. Innovation doesn't allow for sleep.
Trapeze!
Our most useless idea ever. But could it be done?
Yeah, there's a 1 out of 10,000 chance your phone survives.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Getting the perfect piece, as I like to call it, is all about the timing. While it looks like I made the trick shot, all I had to do was drop the phone. The real credit goes to Matt, who had to release the second trapeze at the perfect time and then move out of the way of the shot. Here you can see what happens if he drops the trapeze too early or too late. So how did we get it to actually trapeze? Allow Matt, our world-class scientist, to explain. Wait, wrong Matt. His equations make no sense and he just kept telling people to subscribe. I'm talking about Matt B, who figured out that if you attach 2 magnets to the top of an iPhone case and then a weaker one at the bottom, the phone will grasp onto the second trapeze and release from the first one.
We're finding the nucleus of the peas.
Because the magnets at the top had to be weak enough to release the phone, there were many instances where the phone flew off. To prevent that from happening, I had to drop the phone with as little motion as possible. But the real challenge, just trying to keep our filming light on.
Nobody move. Oh.
This light keeps going out. So we just shake it and it goes back on.
Good luck.
Over our 7+ hours of attempts, here are some of our coolest trapezes.
You don't see that at the circus.
My poor phone held on to dear life just long enough for me to score the trick shot. I guess swinging and dropping it hundreds of times isn't great for its system or something, because from that point forward, whenever I turned it on, it would just turn back off, and then back on, and then back off, and then turn purple, and then restart completely, which brings our broken phone counter up to 2. I really wish there was a way we could score these trick shots without breaking our phones.
Well, now there is.
We created a phone game called Phone Flip, where you can launch, drive, and zipline phones into chargers.
It's a phone game on a phone. It's a phone game.
Not only can you make epic trick shots, but you can also unlock new wallpapers and phone accessories.
Give it a try on easy mode and then switch over to hard mode for an added challenge. There's literally 1,000 levels in the game.
And it's completely free. All you have to do is download the game by clicking the link in the description.
All right, guys, so here's what I'm thinking. 13 billion downloads in the first week. I think what we've got here is a great start.
Last video, 2 of the most difficult shots were the kick shot and the double spinner. So we decided to combine them and add a little finesse to it. Most of my attempts looked like this. It was almost impossible to control how much spin I placed on the phone. But when you try for multiple days, you're bound to have some close misses. And you're also bound to make the shot without the perfect filming and then have to redo it. Well, actually, that's just us.
We made the shot, but right when it hits the charger, you can't see the charger. It's like off by like a split second.
After 4 days of attempts, this finally happened. And our little sister Hannah happened to walk by.
Was she in the frame?
Her boots
We made it, but you were in that.
Don't recognize this trick shot from the main video? That's because we didn't like it enough to put it in, even though it was very hard and I had to constantly adjust the tripod because every millimeter mattered.
Here we go.
It took about 5 hours, we scored it 3 times, but it didn't really fit with the song and flow of the final product, so we never used it in the video.
So these are not my legs. These are my legs.
They're actually 2 tripods.
Shout out to my dad. This was actually my dad's idea.
It was cool, clever, and safe, unlike my most brilliant ideas, which almost always teeter on the edge of being the world's dumbest ideas. Nothing better illustrates this than what I thought was a genius plan to tie balloons to a phone and drop it onto a charger.
Brilliant!
It's terrible. What do you think is gonna happen?
The balloons are gonna land on the charger.
It says up.
Oh no.
No, it's flying away. Where is it going? No. No.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Come back. Come back. I don't think we can do this trick shot anymore.
If there was any question as to whether this was a brilliant or terrible idea, YouTube itself settled the debate by recommending me a video called Dumbest People on the Internet with this as the thumbnail. I'm offended, big time. The algorithm did not have to call me out like that. But then I had an idea that could redeem myself. What if we convinced Matthew the phone actually flew away, secretly hid the phone in the woods, set up a trick shot outside of said woods, accidentally overthrow a frisbee so that when Matthew goes to retrieve it, he thinks he found the balloons and his mind is blown. So I texted Matthew, who was at school. One of the phones flew away today. Like, no cap.
Explain please?
I then sent him this picture.
That is actually one of the most hilarious things ever. Someone is randomly gonna find a phone in their yard.
Little did he know, that person was gonna be himself. Sorry, Matthew, but it's about time we got you. You're always busting our sister's pranks, and you know it.
Wait, where's the camera?
There it is! I know this! I knew it was a prank.
Prank.
Where is the camera? This is driving me crazy. Is this like a disorganized prank? I am the greatest at not being pranked.
Maggie and Isabel, this one's for you. I hid the balloons in my closet and went back to trying other trick shots while they lost air.
The Plinko board shot, brought to you by Alex. He actually built this. Shout out to Alex.
While the way it falls might look completely random, it's not. We strategically placed the peg so the phone would follow the same path every time. Well, most of the time.
Some of the best trick shots are the ones that evolve over time. For example, this shot didn't start nearly the way that it finished. Initially, we had the table set up on a slant, but the phone came in with so much force it kept knocking the charger off. When we were doing the trapeze shot, we noticed you could lift these ping pong tables up, so we built a track for the phone to go into.
Darn it!
When I said, darn it, that was Tommy's cue to lift the table, but sometimes I'd prank him.
Darn it! No! I was joking.
This was difficult for many reasons. First, I had to make the phone into the track, but even then, it couldn't go too far or it wouldn't have enough speed to go into the charger. And finally, the troll, that wouldn't leave us alone unless we answered riddles.
No, stop! Go underneath the table! What, when it gets old, has only 1%?
Alright, Tommy.
The answer is iPhone.
Come on! Eventually, I scored and celebrated by striking this iconic pose. Which gave us the bright idea that we had to make it again, but with me as the screensaver.
While this trick shot's all laughs, others are all tears.
No, we made it, but the cards ruined it.
This took about 8 hours to score.
Yes!
But let's go back to watching more Heartbreak. It's probably more fun for you guys to see all the times the phone didn't go far enough into the charger.
There's no way.
Why did that not turn on? I have scored this shot 4 times, but not hard enough so it doesn't plug all the way to the charger. Again?
What can be worse than all that? How about what happens at the end of this trick shot? To preface, Matthew spent 7 hours in a 30-degree garage trying this trick shot. He did have his share of epic moments.
That's 3 in a row!
Can he do the 4-row?
But what happens next is a true trick shot tragedy. And I'm not even talking about this.
It's good though.
Yes! Wait, it didn't charge!
it didn't charge! It's literally plugged in, but it didn't charge! No! Why is it not charging? Nancy is plugged in!
I really wish Bill Nye the Science Guy was here to explain it to me right now.
I missed the shot!
My mind is like, I don't understand.
No!
To make matters worse, I took over the shot because Matthew had too much school.
Take 374.
Sorry, bro. All that work for nothing.
No!
Yeah!
No! You're not gonna stay here.
That started a trend of me moving the cup basically every time I missed and then instantly regretting it because the ball would go right to where it was before.
I moved it back. All right, what are we gonna do?
No, don't touch it. Don't touch
Okay.
This happened the next shot. Guess it was a good choice. Every time we do these iPhone trick shots, we have to spend an extensive amount of time taping down the chargers to be the right height. With the 3-phone shot, this became a big problem with the chargers coming up. Here, Matthew made pretty much all the phones, but the tape didn't hold up, which brings us to this.
I really want to invent, actually I'm not going to tell you. Okay, fine, I'll tell you. I want to invent something that like, you can just have a little thing that you can buy that makes your phone charger go on the ground at the perfect height and everything.
So Matt B built something that helped my idea come to life. We call it the block. The next step, get them into every single store across America.
I think it could be like the next Croc.
And honestly, it was huge. We ended up using it in almost every single shot. But then the craziest thing happened.
We were just at this random electronics store and found this. It's literally the block. Like, you can put it on the table and the phone charges at the perfect height. Someone must have heard my idea in the garage. I knew I shouldn't have said my idea out loud. We were gonna be rich. It was gonna be the next Croc. I know it. It exists already. Here, I just wanted this TV on to show you guys to like the video. Like this video because my big invention just got stolen from me.
But these wouldn't work for the 3-phone shot, so Matt B got working on creating a block that could hold 3 charges. Now all that was left was to score the trick shot. Now you may be wondering, how do we get the phones to turn on in the right order? Well, it's pretty simple. The old chargers with the USB ports turn the phone on right away. The new ones actually take a half second longer. The third one is already unplugged, and then we just plug it in at the perfect time.
No way, that was so close. Boom, we did it!
You already know we're inventors and scientists, but you can also add meteorology to our already impressive resume.
Heading into the weekend, you have a very high chance of weather.
Yes, indeed, you can call us weather wizards.
The wind is going that way.
Through hours and hours of extensive research, we figured out that when the sun is at its peak, the environment looks great, but you can't see the phone screen turn on. At sunset, the phone screen looks great, but the rest of the shot is too dark. So we tried it on a cloudy day, which gave us the perfect opportunity to pull off our prank. Remember, Matthew thinks our phone flew away into the great beyond, never to be seen again. So Matt B and I went to the park an hour early to hide the phone.
Okay, we're gonna put it in this tree. Make it seem like it's been here.
We then drove home and picked up Matthew to try the trick shot.
Operation Prank Matthew starting now. I'm gonna say, let's go to this. He's coming. Everyone act casual.
Things started backfiring instantly. Matthew really wanted to score the trick shot, so I was only given 4 practice attempts.
He's gonna make it, it's not that hard.
Don't worry, Matthew. My only goal, launch them as far into the woods as possible.
Whoa, buddy.
Attempt 1, fail.
Hey!
Now I had to full send it again.
No! I'm so bad!
What is he doing?
Perfect throw, sending Matthew right into our trap. He saw the balloons, but guess what? He didn't even care. He just picked up the frisbees and left.
We found balloons.
What if you pop one with one of your
Pop it.
Aaron's shot?
Now all he could do was sit and watch him try this trick shot. Our brilliant plan ruined. But then, a glimmer of hope. One of his throws went into the woods, which gave me the opportunity to move the phone and make it more visible. Still, I knew my master plan would likely fail, adding to my list of terrible ideas. But I wasn't going to give up. As soon as Matthew scored the trick shot, I grabbed the remaining frisbees and absolutely yeeted them into the woods.
Bro is so
Oh
trash.
no! No, no! Are you filming this?
This time, things went a bit differently.
Wait, it's our balloon! Wait, get the camera out! That's our phone! There's no way that's our phone! This is our phone! No way! No way! We cannot make this up! You saw him fly away! That's a phone, that's a work!
I bet it does not turn on.
It's not turning on.
It's not.
I mean, it probably got rain.
Oh, it turned on! It turned on! Yeah! No way! It could have landed anywhere! And it landed right here.
Dude, how have you been, fam? What you been up to?
The only reason we're back here is because Tommy had some terrible frisbee shots that flew back into the woods. We saw balloons earlier. I'm like, wait, there's a phone on the balloon. Wait, that's our phone. Out of all the trick shots we've ever done, this is the craziest. You can't make this up. This is the craziest thing that's ever happened in my life.
Matthew,
This is better than.
I gotta tell you, we put the phone there. It's all a prank. It never flew away.
It never even flew away.
No, you're lying. No. You guys are evil. I was convinced that we just had something viral up our sleeves.
We still do.
You're so bad.
Oh no. Now we're in trouble.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and please check out our iPhone game by clicking the link in the description. It's free, super fun, and I hope you guys will love it. Make sure to leave a comment if you beat all 1,000 levels.